Boom. Already we got a honk. I knew it. If I just whisper in your ear some sweet seduction, that could be my intro. Instead of hearing all the honking that's going on around me, I don't want to hear the honking that's going on around me. I don't want to hear the honking, I just want to hear nothing. There we go. I can share EP05. No, not EP14. How about, come on, EP05. Doom, doom, boom. Making sure that everything is live. Let's check this. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty. Oh, boom. Did I just break my new glasses already for the show? Because that would just be absolutely ridiculous. Oh no, look at that. They're still good. Fuck the light. Nah. I know how to fight back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to North Sports Season 2, Episode 5. It is I, Aladdin. No, it is me, Andrew Fulbert. Good afternoon. You know what? I don't even need to read from the script anymore. But I am the hostess with the mostest, Andrew Fulbert, No Sports, North of the Border. That's me. I give you the raw and borderline content that everybody loves. Because I'm north of the border and I'm Canadian. And I got myself, my nice little house coat today. Why do I have my house coat today? Because, well, I have switched locations. I'm in the garage. I've decided to go live from the garage kind of from now on because winter is coming. And with winter coming, ladies and gentlemen, that means one thing and one thing only. Very cold weather. And I figured since I like to talk about sports and I like to, give my opinion about the sports that I love, I might as well get into the weather that everybody else has to be involved. Okay? And today is like gray skies. It's not raining, but like it feels like it's gonna rain pretty darn soon. I don't like rain, but I hate sun because I'm a ginger. So let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. I am Andrew Fulbert. You can follow me on Facebook at North Sports. You can also follow me on Twitter at Andrew Fulbert. Look for the North Sports logo. Also follow me on Instagram. Don't follow North Sports 2020. I'm shutting the crap out of that account down. Because everybody just likes to follow. Like, I didn't do that much. It was too much work. Because I'm on, like, Twitter and yeah. So, yeah. Also, check out and subscribe on YouTube. Because that's where I am a lot. I put the videos up after they're done. And I put them on there. For you to watch and listen. Especially if you got YouTube Premium. You can listen while you watch. You can turn your phone off. Do you know that? You could, like, literally turn the screen off on your phone. And YouTube will still play in the background. It's amazing. You can download everything for free. All you gotta do is pay their subscription. No free advertising. Any whores. Anyways. Also look out for my season to be up on Spotify. That's right. I pay, not a lot of money, but I do pay good money to put my content up on Spotify. Because, I've heard these stories of people, they put out like 10, 11 things and then someone found them and they joined a different crew. And then that crew got big, and then that person got picked out to do individual things. So I'm not gonna just, I'm just gonna continue doing what I'm doing, because a lot of people love it the fuck anyway. So why the fuck not? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you can follow me. Just want to follow North Sports on Spotify. Just look or search Foobs. So it's Foobz. That's what I was called in high school. I was also called Fubar, but I can't be called that in Alberta, because that's kind of where Fubar started. So there's a lot of people called Fubar. Makes sense. Follow me there. You can download every episode as it gets posted up. It's usually posted up 24 hours or so after the video is done. Last little bit has been a little weird. I've been fighting this whole internet thing. And man, the internet here in Canada, it is just abysmal. I have upgraded it like 3 different times. Just pay like at least $575 a month, and I still can't. I try to watch things on my phone, and then the wife tries to watch things on the phone, and then we got the kids watching fucking Treehouse, and it's like, your internet connection's not working. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Someone tell me where I should go. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I am also not sponsored, but a big partnership this year for season 2 with Heartbeat Hot Sauce. Ooh, what? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. HeartbeatHotSauce.com. Company, but .com. It's where you can also buy this kind of stuff, right? But you want to win this, all you gotta do is tag Heartbeat Hot Sauce into the comments of any of the videos of this new season, including this one. Like right now, you do it, you get an entry into the draw. Or share this video, also right now, and you get an entry into the draw. And what do you win? You have the chance of winning all 4 of these beautiful bastards right here. You got the jalapeno hot sauce, you got the pineapple habanero, everybody's favorite, the red habanero, and my personal favorite, the blueberry habanero. You want to win this? Like I said, just tag Heartbeat Hot Sauce into the comments of any of the new videos of this new season, or share this video and you get an entry for every time that you do that. And I don't care where you live. If you're one of those people that live in Antarctica, which please, oh my God, if you know anybody in Antarctica, please share this to them. I want them to watch this. This would be absolutely amazing. You can win it. I will send it to you. I don't care where you are. I'll send it to you. And you'll get hot sauce. There'll also be other gifts to this giveaway, I guess you would say. But all you have to do is tag Heartbeat Hot Sauce in the comments and share this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough of my advertising. Let's get into the shit of why you're really here today. Because we talk sports. And as you can see, I'm in my garage. I've brought my big boards with me. And if you know me, I work for Box Report as a contributor right now. Not a major contributor, but I do a little bit. Everybody else there does a lot more. I'm the lowest paid. I'm like the janitor at Box Report right now. But I would like to say that I like to help. And one day this janitor's gonna get his own little spot. Thank you fucking very much. But as you can see, I'll post a picture later up of my setup. I don't have the greatest setup. I just spent $50 to get these things into my ear, and I don't even necessarily know if they're working. But I do digress. Let's get into the sports, ladies and gentlemen. All right. First things first. The NHL update. We're in the Stanley Cup Finals, and we have 2 teams that don't deserve to be there. Why? I'm not saying that the players don't deserve to be there. Every single player earns their spot when they get to the Stanley Cup Finals. That's not saying anything bad. What I'm saying is, it's Dallas. It is Tampa. Now, if I didn't work for Box Report, I wouldn't know the fan base that actually exists in Tampa. So, I'll leave them the fuck alone in this. But like the Dallas Stars, they have the tiniest little fan base I've ever seen, and the ugliest jerseys I've seen in a long time. Though, don't get me wrong, your dark green ones weren't that great, but they look a lot better than the current ones that you have right now. Taking away from the fact that no one really gives a fuck about the Stanley Cup Finals, in the Stanley Cup Finals, for the people who do give a fuck, you have 2 really highly competitive teams. Now, the Dallas Stars have been that really gritty team that, has actually some skills across the board and a lot of defensemen. And a backup goalie who decided to just show the fuck up out of nowhere, which really made it Khudobin. A lot of people are going to overpay for him in the offseason. I'm just telling you guys that right now. Florida made that mistake. Watch it be. I don't even know who else that would be. But Tampa Bay is sitting pretty because you got Stamkos back. He's off of injury and stuff like that. But it's... I had a couple comments. Oh, thank you. Stamkos is back. Stamkos is looking good. Stamkos is looking healthy. Stamkos looks like he's going to be able to raise the cup with Tampa Bay. But man, if they fault in these Stanley Cup Finals, especially to Dallas, like I've told Peter before, like you win, I think you keep everybody. I think you just keep overpaying everybody until you lose. That's usually the mentality, right? In this case, I think if they do lose to Dallas, I think they're going to do something different. I think they're going to go and start going after some players that they kind of need at certain positions, but I don't think Stammers would stay off of a trading block. I think they would put him on the trading block just to see what would be available out there for him. And to be completely honest, I think some teams would absolutely overpay just to get the name Stamkos on their jersey with that logo. Arizona, Minnesota, hey, Montreal right now would look pretty good with Stamkos. Toronto. We'll get to that in a second. But honestly, I don't think anybody really called Dallas and Tampa Bay being in the finals this year at all. I'd go through as many of those the brackets. There you go. Go through as many brackets as you want, right? And I think maybe like one or two will pop up every couple of thousand. Called it. So I was wrong, and I admit that right now. I had Golden Knights and I had Boston. Those pretty close. Golden Knights had some internal problems, which, kind of, not to say is needed, but every team goes through it at least once in their franchise's career, and the Golden Knights need to. You've overpaid a couple of players, but it's working. When you get to the Final Four, it doesn't really matter unless you've never been to the Stanley Cup Finals, but they have, so... in this case, now you have a agreed upon contract with Robin Leonard, which apparently has not actually been signed or agreed to, which is absolutely ridiculous to even have that be floated around then when Flurry should be your ultimate starter for next year. Flurry's got 1 to 2, maybe 3 prime years left. Maybe 3. I would say 1 to 2. You put him in the right position. Everybody has bad games. Everybody does. Flurry has been notorious to have these bad games. But if you're one of those teams, like Vegas is, where you have a really decent backup, you can make this work. Flurry is $7.5 to $8.5 million of someone that, honestly, he needs a chance somewhere where a team that has made the playoffs just needs a solidified goalie. That's it. That's absolutely it. Okay? They just need the goalie for 1 to 2 years for a good run and then call it a day. Colorado. I think Colorado has the right type of, not only mindset, though I don't think you're going to get them from Vegas, obviously, but I think they have the right type of mindset where, if a game is going up to 5 goals, say Flurry let in 5 goals, they can hit 6. Flurry lets in 6, we can hit 7. It's kind of like Pittsburgh back in the day when they played Philadelphia, the one series, and every game was like 8-6 and 8-7 and 6-5 and 5-4. Every single game. When Flurry's GAA and save percentage were like through the roof and so low. It's understandable. But it makes for some good hockey. And I think if you're Colorado, if you don't have everything solidified on the other end, I know you got a good backup that might be a great starter, but take the chance on Flurry and let him be a backup for another 2 years. If it doesn't work, you have the backup. You could be like Vegas. It sucks for Vegas because you lost to the Stars, and now we got the Dallas Stars and the Tampa Bay Lightning in the finals. But I do digress on that. The Islanders on the other side, wow. Where the hell did they come from? I actually thought they were going to do a little bit more of a deeper run. And hey, props to you guys. You're there. You're there. Barry Trotz, that has shown me that in the NHL, you can actually have a coach be like a Belichick, where that is like an extra real fucking stud in there. And I know that people would be like, oh, that's happened across the board. Andrew Pat Quinn, Alain Vigneault back in the day, your man Scotty Bowman, Quenneville. I get that. Hey, I get that. But to see that nowadays, it's really weird. You got all these players getting overpaid, and you see that a coach can actually make a difference. That is the difference. So maybe some of these other teams need to start looking at a coach that is like the it factor, and transitioning into the second part of this, instead of considering trading one of your best fucking assets. Toronto Maple Leaf fans, what the fuck are you sitting and thinking right now when you see Mitch Marner is on the trade block? Mitch Marner may be traded to allow the Toronto Maple Leafs to make enough cap room space to go after Pietrangelo. Okay. I am not a Leafs fan. I come from Ontario. I have love for my province of Ontario. There's one thing that I do really detest, and that's the cocky-ass Maple Leaf fans, okay? Deep down, and I will have this on video for some of you out there, okay? Deep down, I want this curse to be done with the Maple Leafs. I really do. But at the same time, there's too many of you cocky-ass motherfucking Maple Leaf fans who think that every single year is your year. Can you just for 1 or 2 years stop thinking that? And then maybe it'll just happen. Instead of trading and considering trading one of the best players in the NHL. I was not a fan of this Mitch Marner guy before. And I'm like, he is on a stacked team and these points are stacked and this, that, and everything else. Mitch Marner quickly became the number one where I go, it is now Nugent Hopkins who is a poor man's Mitch Marner. It's not anymore someone is now Nugent Hopkins or someone is a poor man's Nugent Hopkins or anything. No, Nuge is a poor man's Mitch fucking Marner. And you're going to go trade for a defense, like you're going to go sign this defenseman, but you got to trade one of those big guys that you, Kyle Dubas, and the Toronto Maple Leafs decided to keep. Because you wanted to bring a guy who slept in Maple Leaf blankies and he wanted to play. I just want to play for the Maple. I want to go for my favorite team. I used to peel. You guys fucked up. So now all of a sudden you think you're going to take one of the big 3 cores that you guys had originally that you could have arguably won a cup with if you didn't fucking overpay for some of these guys in stupid trades. Now you're considering trading Marner. Listen, when I made this consideration of you guys going and trading Matthews to Arizona, that was because of the absolute packaged steal that you guys would get. Because someone like Detroit would be like on the outside looking in being like, what is the current offer for Austin Matthews? Yeah, we'll kind of match that current offer that's out there. And then Phoenix would be like, what the fuck? Add 2 more first-round picks, 3 more first-round picks. I don't care. Give them Oliver Ekman-Larsson for free right now, just as a fucking parting gift. Phoenix would overpay. Hands down. And you think that Pietrangelo bringing in some other talent that, you know, was the captain of the St. Louis Blues that put them over the hump and this, that, and everything else. You think that that's going to be the answer? It wasn't. There's this beautiful thing that I just talked about in Barry Trotz. He is a coach. And that coach helped the Washington Capitals get over the hump. That coach helped the New York Islanders get over the hump that they are at and get them to be a relevant team. And now all of a sudden we think that we're just going to trade for a player at old captain. What? Okay, hold on. How did that look for the New York Islanders back in the day when they decided to overpay for Andrew Ladd? It didn't look that great before. Now all of a sudden they got some young talent on that team, and Andrew Ladd looks good. You're going to take Pietrangelo, and you're going to go put him on the top line on Toronto, and it's going to help like 0.2 points across the board. And you know what that's going to help you win? 2 more games in the regular season. You know how many games it's going to help you win in the playoffs? 2 more games in the playoffs. You take that on top of what you guys are already doing, that's a 6-game loss in the second round. Are you willing to trade Marner for a second round loss? You're going to be fucking kidding me. Marner is not how you spell Nylander. Nylander is the issue. Like, I am so baffled by the fact that some of these fucking Maple Leaf fans are like, just bring in bigger, beefier talent and go trade this little guy who arguably is like is a way better Pavel Datsyuk. And I, as a Red Wing fans, can fucking admit that. What the hell is wrong with some of you Maple Leaf fans out there? You trade Marner so you have enough cap space to possibly have a chance at Pietrangelo. Give me a fucking break. These are dumbest thing I have heard in a long time. And I have heard a lot of dumb shit come out of Toronto. A lot of dumb shit. My God. I wanted to get that off I was actually worried. I had to not worry about the cord. I've got the open ears. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how the comments are doing before I go to the NBA. Oh, we got a few viewers. Oh, we actually have a few comments here. Holy shit. I am sorry that I have neglected all of you. Let's see what we got here. Headphones are working fine. Sunglasses and a bathroom set. Sunglasses and a bathrobe. Saturday vibe. I think this is just the way that it is from now on. Every time I'm in this garage, it's the bathrobe. I'm going to have to get like a different set of bathrobes for different shows here. May I speak with the manager? Looks like the dude's wardrobe. Yep. Did you say trade your best assets? Damn, bro. Not me. Leaf fans can suffer forever as far as I'm concerned. Listen, Alex, me and you are from around that area, though. I get it, okay? But at the same time, if they did win the cup, right, and we were talking to some of our family back home, it'd be a different story. It'd be really nice for them to win it, but all those other cocky fans, yeah, you can suffer until I'm dead and gone. Maple Leaf fans are as bad as Bruin fans. I would say even worse. And I get a lot of heat from this every year. Like, every time Boston plays Toronto, whether it's the first round, last round, fucking Stanley Cup Finals, if it could ever happen, I'm going for the Bruins. And I hate the Bruins. Bruins are my number one team that I hate. When me and Josh are talking stuff from Bucks Report, check out the Audible every Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern time. I believe that's what it is. And then he's got the Friday Fantasy, or Friday Fantasy on Fridays, where he talks fantasy football and gives you the updates and betting stuff. Whereas today's, I just give you like a little bit of, like the Canadians' perspective, because the States are a little bit different on their betting than what we can actually do here as well. So yeah, what was that? Yeah, the Maple Leafs fan are just as bad as the Bruin fans. Yeah, I agree, if not as bad. You're not wrong. I too have a steel package. What's up in Canada? Sunglasses inside, bro. That was a song. I wear my sunglasses at night, and now I'll get taken down. Facebook doesn't like when I sing. Anyway, the reason why I'm wearing these sunglasses is, one, I've had these things just kicking around, like, my, say, office area, and the light in the background pisses me off. So I figure while I'm in the garage, I just wear them. Okay, what did I miss? Christopher Gold, thank you for tuning in. I'm just talking some Maple Leaf trash. Corey Hart, there it was. Babble What Shoe. Tampa stoked the Leafs uniforms. Buggle Duck Spooge, I think. Tampa stole the Leafs uniforms. This year, yeah, no, I agree. I personally enjoy the Leafs uniforms of old. Or not the Leafs uniforms, sorry, the Lightning's uniforms back of old. That's why I said on Buck Report's show last night, actually, that if we're going to get Joshua Cole-Allen a jersey to wear, much respect to the Tampa Bay Lightning and stuff like that, can we let Stamkos and all them win the Stanley Cup first before we can start paying their respects? Can we pay respects to the people that actually have won the Tampa Bay Lightning a Stanley Cup by the names of Dave Andreychuk, Martin St. Louis, Vincent Lecavalier, Brad Richards, Nikolai Habibulin. Do you people forget that these other guys actually won you something in Tampa Bay? Like, these are just names that I come up off the top of my head. Like, those are great. And I know this because in Canada, when we have a Canadian team that makes it to the Stanley Cup Finals, we cheer for them no matter what. So when it was Calgary and only Jerome McGinley and the ginger himself, Mika Kiprusoff, you're going to lose to a stacked team on the other side of the Lightning. Dave Andreychuk, Martin St. Louis, Vincent Lecavalier, Brad Richards, and Nikolai Habibulin. And those sick jerseys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to some quick NBA talk. In the NBA playoffs, we have got the Celtics versus the Heat, and we've got the Lakers versus the Nuggets. Now, before I get into the Lakers and Nuggets talk about the Canadian, actually, I'll go Canadian. Stolen from Jay Onright from TSN. Much love to the man himself, the legend, and Dan O'Toole themselves. One of the reasons why I've decided to do a show like this, because they are my idols, and I bow down to you every single time. That being said, Celtics versus Heat. What a great series to have. Like, the Heat and the Celtics, their jerseys, and just like when you think Miami and Boston, right? It's like that that East Coast rivalry to be the best, right? And Miami has won a couple of titles and has been very relevant for the last few years, in parts and thanks to Dwayne Wade, Hassan Whiteside back in the day, Jonas Haslam, and Shaq when he was there. And of course, when you got the big three that decided to join up, the big three that decided to join up, but the other two decided to come and play with Dwayne Wade. That was really, honestly, the 4 years when it was LeBron and Chris Bosh that went there to play with Dwayne Wade, it was really just a highlight show of what we can do with talent for 4 years. And I really enjoyed it. I almost got a Miami Heat tattoo and a jersey back in the day, but I am a Oklahoma City Thunder until the day, I was going to say I die, but until the day that the Supersonics come back, because I've been having that little bit of like conversation with myself, because I've been hearing the rumors. I have been. That's right. North Sports here is hearing rumors that the Supersonics are coming back. Listen, I broke the news 2 weeks early about the Kraken being the name and the color of what the jerseys were going to be. Have a little bit of faith in me when I say that there is some relevance to the talk that the Supersonics are coming back. There's a reason why I'm getting ready, and there's a reason why I'm buying Supersonics gear again. You heard it here first. Anyways, the Celtics, though, great team. Great team. Tatum and company just need to take that extra step. This is a built team. This is a really, really good team. Miami has been like hit and miss, like 7th to like 2 seed almost for like the last few years. Then you put Jimmy Butler in and all of a sudden we're getting over the hump. You telling me that Jason Tatum isn't that player? I think he is. But the Celtics are not playing as well as we thought that they could be in this finals. And I'm not taking a shot at Boston just because I hate all their sports teams just in general, especially the Big Four. Fuck them all. But the Celtics are just not looking good right now. And again, not saying that based off bias. It's just they're not looking that great. But I do think they saw Toronto and how they pushed and made a Game 7 and really, really, really came close to winning that fucking Game 7, guys. Really close. Boston is probably looking at that being like, we can do this. And that on the news where you hear that Marcus Smart freaked out in the locker room and this, that, and everything else, that guy has put it all on the court in this bubble. That guy has shown what happens when you are forced to dedicate all your mind and focus, all your time and attention to the game and not worry about the outside perspectives. There's been some of these players who, like Jimmy Butler and John Morant, and these guys who have this, got a hair in my mouth, this type of Kobe mentality, where they said that being in a bubble for the playoffs is probably one of the better things because of the outside mentality or the outside distractions that happen, you know? So this gives a lot of those players the time to actually dedicate their craft and their talent to what they can do. There's a reason that some of these teams and some of these players did as well as they did in the bubble and some did not show up. And if you don't think that that's not going to affect the free agency and the drafting later on and the G League, like those are some major things. Some of these players not showing up is definitely going to affect their money situation going forward. Not only that, seeing what Luka can do, seeing what all these other players can do, and Atlanta Hawks sitting on the outside being like, man, if only we had a chance to bring Luka and, Clinton Capella and Trae Young into that bubble to show their talent off. That could have been some of the better things that could have happened for them as well. But, they missed out. Ja barely got in, and we had a chance to see what the Grizzlies could possibly do if you just give Ja a little bit more talent around him. Same with the Pelicans, Like, look at Damian Lillard. Go give Portland a power forward. Go give them another power forward or another shooter, like a 3-shooter. Man, that would be a solid team. But then let's go to the Lakers and the Nuggets. What happened to the Clippers? Why aren't we talking about the Clippers? Oh, that's right. Because Kawhi left Canada and he left his throne. Everybody's seen the ending of Game of Thrones by now. The dragon burned the throne. The Raptors destroyed the throne. So now nobody can sit on it. If the Raptors can't have the championship, Kawhi can't have the championship. That's just how it goes. That being said, we're talking about the Lakers and the Nuggets. The Nuggets who earned their spot by the Canadian Jamal Murray. Man, is that guy balling out. And he's got like rookie cards out there. And I had one of those rookie cards, I'm pretty sure. And those cards are just getting up there in price, man. Holy crap. But they're going up against the Juggernaut. Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch! You're going up against LeBron and Anthony Davis. Lakers knew exactly what they were doing when they made this trade. And now when you look at the road ahead of them for the Lakers, this has been the best thing that could have happened for the Lakers. You're not playing Toronto, and you're not playing the Bucks. You're not playing a dedicated to the playoffs, no offense, and is really, really healthy and has that extra player on them, Bucks or Toronto. You were playing a depleted team, one who which just took your MVP away from you. So not only were the Lakers going to basically have this clean sweep all the way to the finals, now all of a sudden you were going to have no one in the East. You're going to have Jimmy Butler in the Heat, which may give you a run for your money, like a little bit, but I doubt it. LeBron will just shut down him, and then Anthony Davis and company will shut down the rest of the team. The Heat versus the Lakers, which would be an amazing finals. I don't think the Heat would have it. I think if the Celtics can actually kick themselves in the ass here a little bit and get going, might actually be able to compete with the Lakers, only because they have this one beautiful thing, and it's called a rivalry. And if you don't think that the rivalry and the perspective of Boston Celtics versus LA Lakers comes into the mindset, it's not even just LeBron winning a title against, the Heat, his old team at that point, which would be a little bit more fun to him. Now it becomes like way more pressure, which obviously you would want to put on the King and you wouldn't want to put on the Celtics, but it's still a lot of pressure nonetheless. And we've seen what can happen with LeBron James if he gets that little bit too much pressure. And if the Celtics get there and just play their type of game, they could easily take that to 7. And then if they just counter on every mistake that the Lakers do in Game 7 based off of that pressure in the bubble, they could easily win it. The Nuggets, I'm not even going to talk about. What a great team. What a great run. You're going to steal maybe one game, just like the Damian Lillard and the Portland Blazers did. And everybody was like, oh my God, we're told the Lakers, abandon motherfucking ship, the Lakers are we're going to lose to Damian Lillard. Yeah, shut the fuck up. You've now, put it this way, you've now pissed off LeBron James. So Laker fans, be happy. Okay, let's get into that quick. This man just wanted an MVP. This man single-handedly, technically, with another guy, but, I was going to make a really bad joke, but I'm live and I love my American friends, but these two guys are really, really tall, and they do a lot of damage to the smaller teams, right? And LeBron James is just one of the top 3 of all time. You don't argue me on that. It goes Michael Jordan, it goes Kobe Bryant, and then it goes LeBron James. And then after that, number 4, really should be Larry Bird. Honestly, but a lot of people don't think that. But we'll get into that a different day. You've pissed off LeBron James. What happened when the Warriors pissed off LeBron James and all he had was Kyrie Irving? He made it work, ladies and gentlemen. That man made it work. He destroyed one of the greatest assembled teams of all time single-handedly. And everyone's like, oh, he didn't take the last shot. No. But he made sure that the ball got to the man who made the last shot. Oh, he didn't take the last shot in Miami. Nobody did a damn good job with the comeback anyway. Show respect where it is deserved. LeBron is a great player because he plays every position if he wants to. Look at the game where Russell was like, you got to double team me. LeBron went single coverage on Russell and Russell couldn't do shit. There's a reason why the Thunder traded Russell away. You're a pit bull. You're really good when you're given the ball and you can just do layups every single time. But you can't shoot the 3 anymore. You don't have Kevin and you don't have Harden. Well, you have Harden now. You don't have Kevin and you don't have the rest of the company that you had in Oklahoma. This is LeBron's to lose. And honestly, I think that the Lakers have got this. But man, it would have been really cool if it was the Clippers that was playing them, man. But you pissed off LeBron James. That acts like another player on the court, man. It really does. And so now you got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and just like another good, like invisible player that's just there. And that's just LeBron's presence. Congratulations, Lakers. Your trade worked. It really did. But now, all of a sudden, when you win this title, if Anthony Davis leaves, which is also some of the rumors out there, then what the fuck are you going to do? LeBron James can't do it single-handedly. And then if he does that, like 35, do it all single-handedly, then okay, then you give him the MVP and everybody can just shut the fuck up. And that's my perspective on the NBA. Let's go check the comments again, because apparently they've just been going crazy today. There we go here. My fantasy football involves the lingerie league. Is that even a thing? This lingerie league? Man, I need to be in that bitch. These fucking legs right here and my little slippers. I'd have so many people pick me in the 5th round. The Bolts original black uniforms, yes. Here's a quick one for you. Did you guys know that the Bolts are actually, I believe, the only or one of 2 teams to have a female goaltender start a game for them? Though it was a preseason game, but she still started for them. If anybody can get me her name. I can't remember her name. I was going to say Shauna Robertson, but that was one of the first ladies to ever drive NASCAR. And I used to, root for her every Sunday. With my man, the Rainbow Warrior, Jeff Gordon. Toronto touched the trophy. You're damn right they did. If you guys want to hear a good debate, go check out the Bucks Reports show last night where we all, and Johnny, talked about touching of the trophy and stuff like that. LeBron versus the Heat would be great series story-wise. Very true. Jamal is playing out of his mind right now, which is also very, very true. Which is really great. Wait, the dragon burnt the throne? What the fuck? Are you serious? I am very sorry if I ruined that for you. I really am. But you'll understand why later on. But then if you actually watch it and you hear, and you'll be like, oh, I watched it and now I understand why the dragon did what it did. Then you go find out what the writers actually said afterwards and you're going to be like, oh my God, this just made the whole season even worse. Hashtag Go Boston, Mannion Room. I'm assuming you might be tagging somebody in the video. Go Boston. I mean, yeah, it is the Celtics. I mean, Celtics and Lakers is still one of the things that I would like to see. All right. Let's go. Let's do the Fantasy 5 here quick before I get into the predictions and stuff like that, because then I got to switch off of that and then switch back into it, blah, 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 blah. So the Fantasy 5, I basically just talk about, some of the fantasy things that have become relevant over the last little bit here, especially in the NFL, especially because fantasy football is becoming one of the more popular things across the board. Whether it's Dynasty, PPR, Standard, Flex, whatever. I've seen leagues where it's like you have to have 3 quarterbacks, 1 running back, and 5 wide receivers. I was like, holy shit. It's like, what does Christian McCaffrey count as? Running back, and that's it. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But I do, if anybody needs to know, I do North Sports Dynasty, which next year might get not necessarily expanded, but I think there might be a team available next year. I think one of the guys was talking about hopping out just because he's in a lot of leagues. And I know a few people have messaged about hopping into the North Sports Dynasty. It is run by myself, last week's guest, Alex Loosemore, and the man, the legend himself, whose name actually passes me right now. That's right. Jesse. There we go. My man, Jesse. Jesse runs the league for me. Helps me because I'm still kind of new to being the commish. But I wanted to start a Dynasty League. We got the Dynasty League set up. It's been quite fun. I lost week 1. The other big league that I'm in, I also lost week 1, but that's a build team. I built a lot of teams to get a lot of draft picks. I had 3 of the 4 big RBs coming into the league this year, and I traded them all off to get some certain other players that I wanted. And it's actually looking a lot better. My work league, winning the crap out of that one. Everybody knows that. Don't even at me. And then I got 3 other leagues that I'm in. Obviously, I'm in the Buck Content League on ESPN, which is also on Twitter. That one I'm making sure. We got the Bucks Report League, which I'm obviously joined up in. And I'm in another one, which is just another friend's one. But obviously, I do a lot of fantasy. So I like to talk a lot of fantasy, and I like to update people about a lot of fantasy because a lot of people have started to play this, and a lot of people message me about this, being like, should I do this and should I do that? There's also a reason why I go on Twitter, and I @ the fantasy footballers, and you should do that as well because they are also good. So let's go to my Fantasy 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I can switch the camera because I'm not hooked up. Also, as you can see at the... let's see if I can do this here. At the top there. I have 68 likes on the Facebook, 87 followers, and 70 followers on Twitter. Help a man get those up, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind. I'm just a poor little Canadian wearing a house coat and sunglasses, trying to get your guys' attention. That's all I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Fantasy 5 here. Number 5, Baltimore is who we thought they were. There's a lot of people who actually really Ooh, careful. There's a lot of people who are actually out there being like, I don't think Baltimore is going to be that good, man. I mean, Lamar's going to like break an ankle or this, that, and everything else. And he can't pass and he can't do this and he can't do that. Well, 38-6 on the Browns, and then the Browns coming around on the Bengals. And the Bengals being an up-and-coming team, you know, yeah, you could say that. But also at the same time, if you look at it, Baltimore's defense is one of the more coveted defenses across the league. Of course, Pittsburgh's is, the Redskins is getting up there, and the Titans. But everybody wants Baltimore's defense. Why does everybody want Baltimore's defense? Because they kind of know what is going to happen this year. Baltimore is going to be a little bit more relevant than we think they should have been at the beginning of the season. Number 2, slow the Denver talk. And sorry, that was kind of me. I looked at the overall perspective, and, you know, the offense is going to take a little time to get there. Drew Lock is, you know, looking okay. But this MVP caliber offense that I talked about really highly at the beginning of my shows and then came down to earth on, obviously, right? I've gotten a lot of people really excited for it. And my thing is now is until week 6 happens, I wouldn't get that excited just yet. Take some time, learn the players. Judy is a great option, though. Judy is a great option to have if you're looking for a flex position, to possibly being a starting wide receiver option. Melvin Gordon's going to get eaten up this week, ladies and gentlemen. So it's slow on the talk, slow on the Denver talk, and that is my bad, and I will take ownership of it. Number 3, Jacksonville's offense, though. Is it becoming fantasy irrelevance? Gardner Minshew went 17 for 18, 3 touchdowns. The rookie Chenault out of, I think it was Colorado, I think is where he came from, actually got a touchdown in there. The running back situation looked pretty good, and they got the upset on the Colts, which, I mean, a lot of these teams in their first outing of the week kind of got beat up. Tampa Bay did, Cleveland did, all these new head coaches and all these new quarterbacks in different situations. And yeah, Jacksonville may not be necessarily as bad as we thought, but I don't think they're going to continue this trend throughout. But obviously, the more points that people put up on their defense, the more Gardner Minshew's going to have to put out. And if the man can get to 200 yards and keep the 3 touchdowns going around and distribute the ball a little bit more, they may actually start becoming a little bit more fantasy relevant than we actually thought. Number 2, Jonathan Taylor test. Now, this is a big one on me. I am on record a few times now saying that Jonathan Taylor may win Offensive Rookie of the Year, because I thought maybe by week 3, he would take the reins away from Marlon Mack and just kind of run away with the starting position and give Marlon Mack kind of like a 3rd down role, maybe like a 2nd down role, 4th quarter role, Hines coming in on the pass, the backs and stuff like that. But we got the weird injury that happened to Marlon Mack, and it's sad. It really, really is sad, because I didn't want to have this test thrown at Jonathan Taylor, nor myself, basically, because a lot of people came at me and were like, hey, man, you better watch out with that take. It's going to be a hard one to do if he's not the starter. And I was like, I agree. Now, obviously, he's been thrown into it. Phillip Rivers has thrown a few more interceptions than they kind of really wanted to do. And Hines can really do the 3rd down rolls and the end zone rolls here. So Jonathan Taylor might just start becoming the CEH role here that a lot of people were expecting. Swift in Detroit as well, to throw him in there a little bit, has started to become the lead back, I guess you would say. But especially when you drop that pass in the end zone, how does that make you earn that? Hey, man, he's got that attitude, and if you go look at a couple of videos, he wants that ball back. And if he could have, he would have fucking ran that thing in on a 4th and 28 draw like the Cleveland Browns, but he probably would have gotten that first down, if not more, and got that touchdown. So watch out for some of those players, guys, because it's going to start coming a little bit more relevant here. Jonathan Taylor test begins for not only North Sports by holding myself accountable to Offensive Rookie of the Year, but also for him and that Colts. They got to get relevant again, so maybe they're going to help. But number 1, CEH is the reward for the chance you took. He started Dynasty League this year. Say, for example, like I did. I went and we had the big draft for all the players to start our teams off and this, that, and everything else. And then we had the draft for the rookies going into this to this year. And obviously everybody knew what the big 4 was. It was CEH, which is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It was J.K. Dobbins, DeAndre Swift, and Jonathan Taylor. Not necessarily in that order, depending on what league and standard that you were going with. I knew right when the draft happened, when Clyde Edwards-Helaire was going to Kansas City, that was something that obviously is going to be coveted across the board in all of fantasy football. So I went and I traded for that damn pick. And the number 2 pick. And the number 4 pick. Because I wanted J.K. Dobbins, which I actually never ended up getting. I actually took Swift, who I came around on a little bit more. And Jonathan Taylor. I took Jonathan Taylor for sure. But the thing is with Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a lot of people sat there and were like, like Damian Williams is still there, and the other guy is still there, and this, that, and everything else. Guys, I was hoping the Buccaneers were going to trade up from number 45 and get Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I thought it was going to take them getting to like number 36, maybe even 35 to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I did not think the Chiefs were going to pull the trigger and take him by number 32. And it sucks. I'm not saying I'm mad that we got Keyshawn Vaughn. He's going to be possibly really good for the Buccaneers in the future here. Just give him some time. If our first and second round pick is, going to pan out and start in week 1, I'm okay with that. Some teams don't even get that out of their first round picks, okay? I got worse who was taking on Cameron Jordan, doing a pretty fucking good job. So I'll take that, and I'll take Winfield doing a pretty damn good job in the back end as well. So that's fine. Vaughn doesn't want to pan out just yet. I can deal with that. Going back to this, though. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a lot of people really nervous, and when the Buccaneers were when the Buccaneers were sitting there having the second round pick, I was like, come on, please do it. And then the end of the first round is taken, blah 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 blah. Now all of a sudden you go into this dynasty, and I'm like, I really want him. So when I made that pick, you take him, and then all of a sudden you deal with this whole offseason of people sending you these outlandish trade offers. And sometimes you want to take it. You're just like, it's so damn close and I want it. But you shouldn't. Don't do it. And I did it. And obviously you look at week 1 and what happened in week 1 and the possibilities of what can happen going forward. There is absolutely no way that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is leaving my roster for the next at least 2 years. Probably this year for sure, but probably next year as well. If you took the chance, if you took the chance on him in a dynasty, if you took the chance on him overall in any type of draft format, even if it's just a one and done season, you're laughing right now. Because you're going to get the relevance that you were expecting out of him. Congratulations to you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Fantasy 5. Brought to you, as always, by Heartbeat Hot Sauce. And you want to win this shit? Tag Heartbeat Hot Sauce into the video, ladies and gentlemen, or just share this video and you get an entry into the draw. And what does it win you? You get some jalapeno Heartbeat Hot Sauce, some pineapple habanero, then you get the fan favorite red habanero, and my personal favorite, the blueberry habanero. Like I said, if you want to win this, ladies and gentlemen, Heartbeat Hot Sauce at them into the comments of this video or any video of this season, and you get one entry for every time that you do that, or share this video right now and you get an entry into this, and I'll send it to you wherever you are. And like I said, if you know anybody in Antarctica, send them a shout out, because I want them to watch this video, because it'd be really awesome if they wanted to. Send this to Antarctica. Mailbox 1 or it'd be like mailbox like 396. You'd be like, wait, how many people live here? So, all right, let's go into a couple more comments here, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll get into the NFL talk, and then we'll go get the fuck out of here. Johnny, thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, thank you. Manon Rume was the Bolts female goalie. Thank you very much for that, Keith. Back out of there. We will see about this year, Andrew. Yeah. That's why nobody likes to trade with me. That's a lot of fantasy, bro. Minshew is far up and down to use. Agreed. It is more based off of just kind of like a first game. But, let's see what happens. I got Dobbins. Great numbers for him in week 1. For sure, guys. Oh, very nice. Oh, okay. Thought the boss was texting me like, hey man, you're fired. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the comments. Let me get into now. I had this set up. Boom and boom. Boom. A boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the NFL odds for this weekend. Let's make sure I got the board set up here. Because then I'm going to talk about that guy quick. All right, guys. Some NFL odds for you here. We've got, on Sunday, we got Detroit versus Green Bay. Detroit sitting there at plus 6.5. I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take that at all. I wouldn't take anything. I think Green Bay's obviously got that one. Chicago at the Giants. I personally would take a Chicago, but Chicago's the favorite to win. So taking the Giants in this one actually would be kind of a nice one. Jacksonville over Tennessee. If Jacksonville is as relevant as they are, take that plus 11. Take that plus 11 for Jacksonville right now. That is a good one. That is the best one out there that I'm seeing. You got a plus 11 on Jacksonville on a couple of these sites here. I am on oddshark.com. No free plugs, but obviously Oddshark. This is where I'm looking at it. And there's a couple of these guys who are giving plus 11 odds on Jacksonville. Man, hit that. They win, you're winning some money. Doesn't even matter. Atlanta, now here's the other one. This is the big one I want to talk about. You want to hear some good talk about this? Bucks Report. Last night's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Atlanta at Dallas. Plus 7.5. Ooh. Yeah, hit that. Why? This is, as Rick said, Rick Hughes last night. Check him out. Cheap Seats, ladies and gentlemen. Great show. Great show. It's new. That's going to be after the post game for Bucks Report. And I'll have a script of everything in everybody's show. I promise, guys. Atlanta versus Dallas. Rick said it as well as I did here. This is the win it now game for Atlanta. And I really hate to say that, but if there was ever a week 2 game to win for any team, it's Atlanta. You need to show somebody that you can actually beat good teams. Because if you can't, Dan Quinn's gone. And the tank for Tua starts in Atlanta. Or a tank for Trevor starts in Atlanta. And I don't want to say it. Nobody wants to hear it. But it's going to happen. We don't, everyone thinks Jacksonville and the the Jets, maybe even the Lions and stuff like that. Atlanta could be in the Justin Fields. One of those guys. Who knows? They can get a lot of cap space out of the way if they can do a rebuild and you can get a new head coach. Someone like Ridley out of the college ranks. Hell, you can go and get, one of the other guys, one of these new offensive coordinators. Many possibilities in Atlanta. But if you don't win this game, you guys are kind of done. And I hate to say it. San Francisco is only -4 to the Jets. That's an easy one, though. I would take San Francisco, but I wouldn't bet that one. Rams at Philadelphia plus 3. I would leave that one alone. 8.5 for Carolina at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is more than likely going to win that one, but I mean, if you wanted to take the chance, no, I wouldn't even waste your money on that one. This is taking the bias out of it completely here, ladies and gentlemen. This is not necessarily a need to win for the Buccaneers because I think that Tom Brady could easily win 12 games straight if they went 0-4, which I don't think is going to happen. But I think that this is going to be the game, especially because of the injuries that Carolina has, where it's too easy. That's too easy for Tom Brady. Denver 4.5 at Pittsburgh. No. Indy -3 at Minnesota. No. Washington, the +7 at Arizona. Now, there's a good one. There is a good one that I would take. Arizona got that nice win against San Francisco in week 1. But this here, when you look at the Jets game, going back to theirs, so they're only getting a -4 on the Jets of all teams. So they're not getting the respect that they kind of deserve and deservingly so. If you remember the predictions, and I will put them up on North Sports for you guys, I promise. If you remember the predictions, I don't have the 49ers making the playoffs this year. And that's not any disrespect on the coaching or anything like that. I just think that Garoppolo needs a little bit more talent on offense. And if Kittle is out, then you guys got nothing. Ayuk isn't bad, but Ayuk isn't everything that it could be. Chargers at 5.5. I think Chiefs have got that. Tyrod Taylor's going to be playing for his job. I think they're going to start playing Herbert by at least week 3 or 4. I've said that in my predictions through and through. Still think it's going to happen week 5 by the latest. That's what I'm still sticking with. Houston getting a +6 at Baltimore. I would hit that. Baltimore's a really great team, but I mean, Houston has got Deshaun Watson, and he was what he is. Well, he's not that mobile as what Lamar is, but he can when he needs to. Houston needs to prove it game. You can beat Baltimore. You can kind of show everybody out there like, hey, whoa, we're going up against Houston still. And not everybody would be like, you lost to the Chiefs and you didn't look that great. Listen, when you play week 1 against the Chiefs who just won the damn Super Bowl and they just got recharged and have the same damn team, it's not going to be easy for anybody. I don't even care if you were playing the Chiefs versus the Chiefs. So, I mean, I would hit it. It's +6, so you probably get a decent payout if they do win. -1 for Miami at Jacksonville. Oh, that's for next week. That's hilarious. The Monday night games, nah. Vegas 5.5. I don't have that much faith in them, so I wouldn't hit that one at all, ladies and gentlemen. So the big 3 that I would hit right here, I would hit Houston at +6. I would hit, where's the other one here? I would hit Atlanta at +7.5, and I would hit Jacksonville at +11. Those seem to be some good odds for what they need to do and what they can do and what they have done already during the season. So I would give it that. I would be okay with that. So let's go back to some of the comments here. Boom. If I go back this way and I go slide. Yeah. There we go. All right. Let's go. Game of the week should be Pittsburgh at Denver. Don't take the over. I agree. Don't take the over on that one. It's going to be a very good game. The Bullen Wall. St. Louis, LeCavalier, Richards, Andy Kubina, and Boyle. Thank you. There's a couple other names. But that's the thing is I can name more. I named 5 players before? I named 5 players off of the old roster that won the Stanley Cup, and I think I can name 4 or 5 off of the current one. And that's not good. That's not good. I like everyone over Dallas. That organization is a mess. Good point. Josh and Rick made very good points though last night against to counterpoint that, saying that Atlanta, Trufant's out of there and they did get the other corner in there, but that it's still a young secondary and it's going to take a little bit of time. So I give Josh the benefit of the doubt on that. So, but it's going to be a good game and a needed game for sure. Hit that if you want. Baltimore is going to destroy Houston. I know you do not like Houston at all. But I mean, I still stand by this. Deshaun Watson is the Michael Jordan talent of the NFL. I still stand by it. Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and Patty Mahomes are all different in their own senses. Watson has just got that extra it factor, in my honest opinion. That's just me. I just think he's on the wrong team. I think if he didn't have Bill O'Brien, he was on a team that would actually give him what he wants and help him out a little bit more, kind of like what Kansas did to Mahomes. I don't think there would be any issues in his game, and I think that if he went to the NFC and he did it on a team there, I think he would absolutely destroy. So, going into the last thing here, ladies and gentlemen, of the day, it's right here. I have, and I'll post this again. I'm going to post it on Twitter. I'm going to post it back on North Sports page, and we're going to get a vote into the second round here of the 32 greatest sports movies of all time. Of all time. I have put votes out there. I have done the second round before in an old video, but that's when I only had like 20 followers. So I'm redoing it again. I have still got these teams, or I guess these movies, ranked in the positions that they need to be ranked in. Number 1, number 2, number 3, blah, 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 blah. For example, remember the Titans is a number 1 seed. Rocky is a number 1 seed. Creed is a number 7 seed. Space Jam is a number 3 seed. Murder Ball is a 14 seed. Sandlot is a 3 seed. Ozers is a 4 seed. Field of Dreams is a 5 seed. And the Bad News Bears is a 15 seed. To give you some perspective on what I'm talking about. And I am going to put that into Twitter again. Get the votes going. See who comes out on top. And we're going to see who is the greatest sports movie of all time. And I'm going to get all the shit coming at me again where it's just like, you missed this one, 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 you missed this one. I don't give a fuck. I want to hear what you guys say. Because it could be, remember the Titans. Hell, it could be Talladega Nights. It could be Miracle. It could be Major League, Friday Night Lights, The Hustler, Slapshot, I, Tonya, any given Sunday, Bull Durham, The Natural, Raging Bull, and a Pride of the Yankees. It could be any one of those guys. And I'll post this on there. We'll get it shared across the board. We'll get a lot of people's intake because I don't want just the Canadians' perspective or we're going to get hosers that wins. And Space Jam because that's the ones that we love here. Or people will be like, the Mighty Ducks, how dare you? Man, don't fucking at me. Okay? So we'll get that going again here, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll get back to the comments and then we'll end the show. How do you guys think? How did you guys like this? It's nice that I can actually I can fucking kick around and shit like that. And fucking look at this, guys. Look at this. I can fucking draw and shit. I can talk to you, have a little bit more perspective. This is nice. So I could literally throw this, but I have a project. I was actually going to. I literally had an instinct just to pick this fucking chair and just huck it. But there is some stuff over there that I'm working on, and I can't do that. So, but it's nice. This is the area, ladies and gentlemen. This is North Sports in the garage. And I'm going to be here in the elements throughout the winter. Obviously, my neighbors have to hear this because my garage door is right there. And there's spiders. Last night when I was on Box Report, guys, oh my God, there was a fucking ass one that walked by. It was huge and I was and I had to squish it and it's dead, man. And I'm ugh. But yeah. This is my new office. This is where I work. And then afterwards I have a table there where we indulge in some legal activities here in Canada. And if you ever want to be a guest, this is where we do it. I kind of got this office area ready for all of it because I'm going to be doing another type of podcast here, ladies and gentlemen, pretty soon. Where it's going to be stories of Faubert. That's all it really is. I'm not being egotistical or anything. It's just some old stories of what has happened in the past. Talking about some shit. Still trying to figure everything out about it. But we'll go into that a little bit more. But one day. But obviously when I have all the details, I will let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, this has been North Sports. Season 2, Episode 5. Brought to you in part by the Heartbeat Hot Sauce. If you haven't already, tag them into the comment section below at Heartbeat Hot Sauce Company. You want to win this guy? Do what I just said. Share the video. You all get an entry for every time that you do that. Here are the 4 that you win, ladies and gentlemen. It's got a jalapeno, pineapple, habanero, and my the personal favorites of everybody is red habanero, but my personal favorite is the blueberry habanero. You want to win it? And some other stuff, ladies and gentlemen, which is coming out pretty soon. I'll send it to you wherever you are. All you gotta do is do what I say. And the draw will happen pretty damn soon. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna happen pretty damn soon. I just want to get the second and third part of the draw in there. Get some more entries, get some more names into there. Because there's some other people who started to join this little following, and I love it, and I appreciate it. So, let's get into the last comments here. See what we got. Imagine Watson in Detroit or Atlanta. Oh, no, I don't want to imagine him in Atlanta. That would suck. That would just personally suck. Honestly, this is just me. You want to put him in a town or a team where the city would probably give him, say, a new coach that would not necessarily allow him to do whatever he wants. That's not, I don't even think what he would want. But I think where he would flourish the most is if you put Deshaun Watson on the Jets and you gave him Dabo Swinney. That's honestly, I think if you give him his old head coach, and his old head coach was strict, but still had that, let the players do what they do, and you gave Deshaun Watson the big city where that stress, but that want and desire is there, and everybody will love you for it. I think you put him on the Jets, and he would probably flourish there. Wait, where the fuck is We Are Marshalls? I don't even know if I had that on there. You can debate me all you want, Johnny, man. I worked long and hard on that, and I did a lot of research, okay? Don't at me. Whoops. Where'd the video go? Oh my god, where'd the video go? I backed out of the video. I'm trying to get everybody's comments before we go. I want to pull up Peter, where I'm just really good with this. You got room to do Kung Fu? Dude, I got room. Like, I did old videos and stuff like that where I had to go into my bathtub, and I had, like, eggnog dumped on me for a Christmas special. And then my buddy Eric came out of nowhere with, like, a fucking wad, man. Like, a wad of mayo, and just hucked it at my face. And it got, like, half in my mouth and half across, and it fucking hurt. But, like, I have the room to do all that shit now, so. But the Canadian spiders are so polite. No, I mean, yeah, but daddy longlegs apparently are the most vicious, poisonous things in the world. They just don't have fangs to, like, bite you and shit. So, thank God, because I hate spiders. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over some ways that you could follow me. And thank you for tuning in today, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a nice episode. I had some viewers all the way through, and I really appreciate that. Fuck yeah. You can follow me on Facebook at North Sports, obviously. Follow me on Twitter at Andrew_Faubert. Just look for the North Sports logo. We're trying to get to 100, guys. Trying to get to 100 followers on Twitter. Want to get there really, really bad. And then the next will be 1,000. But I never thought I would even get close to it. But 100 followers for North Sports on Twitter is the big one. Hitting the one on Facebook, it was 150 is my goal. Okay? So let me get my goal accomplished first for Twitter, and then let me get my goal accomplished for Facebook, and I can slowly start building this following that a lot. Like, there is some dedicated fans to this, and I am really appreciated to, like, the 13 dedicated fans of this. Like, really, guys, you guys are amazing. The downloads on Spotify are awesome, which you can also, again, you can find this when it's done, the audio version, on Spotify. All you got to do is look for Foobs, that's Foobz or Z, wherever you're from, and you will see North Sports logo. You can click and download those, ladies and gentlemen, and that's probably where the other podcasts will be eventually, so stay tuned for that. I am also on Bucks Report, ladies and gentlemen. Follow them on Twitter and Facebook. Watch for their videos on YouTube. If you want to be the second viewer on Twitch, go and follow them on Twitch. Bucks Report is where I contribute a lot to, or like a lot of my time to, or at least I try to. I'm going to still stand by that I am their janitor right now. I just clean up and I contribute here and there. And one of these days, pretty soon, once I get a better setup, I will be able to contribute and have my own show for them. Because they give me that platform. And it's beautiful. And I appreciate them. And if you appreciate me, you should go appreciate them and give them a follow and a like and see all the hard work that the big guys at Bucks Report do, including Peter Blake, Joshua Cole Allen, Blake Anthony, Ray Kennedy, Nick Citro, Rick Hughes, Anthony Bamonde, Philip Schwager, Keith Larson, all the boys there. Everybody's putting in work. If I missed any of the boys, I do apologize. Heartbeat Hot Sauce, thank you guys for being a part of this show, this podcast. Thank you for just being a part of everything. We always give you guys free shout-outs. The fact that you guys helped out with the giveaway this year is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in general. I know I said I would have the Grey Cup champion, but the Grey Cup champion decided to take a little vacation and go travel around Canada. Actually came to Calgary and stuff like that. But it is the middle of a pandemic, so I wanted to let him be. And he is going to be on not next show, but the show after that, where we're going to talk about the Grey Cup championship that he helped win, not as a player, but in the backgrounds and the office areas and stuff like that. And we'll talk to him a little bit about how that goes for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and how it's been not having the CFL season in 2 weeks. We will get to that next week. It's the same bullshit. It's just me getting used to being in the new area, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for tuning in. I'll talk to you next week. It'll probably be on Saturday again, around the same time. We will talk to you then. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, I don't really have it. I have something for that. Thank you for tuning in, and always don't forget to follow North Sports and blah, 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 talk, debate, and entertainment. Remember, I'm not wrong. I'm just opinionated. So if you want to join the debate, bring an open mind, because I may just fill it with something you have never thought before. Thank you again. We'll talk to you next week.